Ngā mihi o te rai hoa mā, mauri ora. Tuatahi, te whakatau ki o te wiki, whakarongo mai. He pōkeke uanuku I tū ai. He pōkeke uanuku I tū ai. Against a dark cloud, a rainbow stands out brightly. Pai tēnā ne. Alrighty, no mai haere mai ki no frills te reo Māori. We're in this week's clip. I want to quickly cover a sentence structure which I personally should be using a lot more. It's not one we probably use e rā, engari, e wiki pēr. How many times have you caught yourself doing this? Pacing the house, you've lost the keys and you're yelling out and asking the question, who has my keys? Who has my keys? And then you find them in a place that you left them, but still in the blame game you hold them up and you say, who had my keys? Who put them here? Who had my keys? And they're the sentence structures we're going to cover today. Who has a possession? Who had a possession? So let's head over there now and see what that looks like. Alrighty, let's use something weird like a pumpkin in our examples, just so this sinks into our pīnati. He hate kupu Māori mō tēnei. Ai, paukena. Paukena. So if I was to ask who has the pumpkin, what would that look like? Let's head to the board. We would ask, kei awai te paukena. Kei awai te paukena. Who has the pumpkin? What if it's my pumpkin? How would I ask who has my pumpkin? Let's go to the board again. We would ask, kei awai tāku paukena. Ah. Food group, ah category. Kei awai tāku paukena. Let's get a bit tricky here and ask who has the pumpkins? Plural. Once again, let's go to the board. Kei awai ngā paukena. Who has the pumpkins? Or, what about the or category? We've got to cover that. So let's pick something in the or category and let's make it a plural. What about running shoes? Who oma? How would I ask who has my running shoes? Ai. Kei awai ōku hu oma. Pai ne. Let's go to our first example where I shared that story about the keys. Okay? I've got them here. What I want to do, I'm going to ask you a question and then whakamaoretia that question. So pause it after I've asked, come up with your answer and then hit play. Right. How would you say in te reo Māori, who has my keys? Alrighty, did you get? Well, firstly, how te kupu Māori mō keys? Ai, key, transliteration, key. Of course it's in the plural form and it's in the R category because it's a movable property, movable possession. So, I would ask, kei awai āku ki. Easy, ne? How do we answer this sentence structure? Well, we've asked kei a, so we're going to answer kei a rātou. Those three randoms over there. Kei a rāua. Or what about he or she has the object? Kei a ia. Ai. What about pita? Kei a pita. Or kei au tamariki. Pai ne. Alrighty, let's head on to our next one. He aha te rereke e hoa mā. Te I anake, ne. I, past tense. Who had. For example, and we're only going to spend 30 seconds on this. I awai te puka. Who had the book? Kei awai te puka. Who has the book? I awai te puka. Who had the book? And of course to answer that, I a koe, you did. I te hoiho, the horse did. I a rāua, I a rātou, I a ia, ne? Kei te pai? And I just want to finally add this, if we're to use our pumpkin as an example. Now, this sentence structure doesn't necessarily mean that they own what they're possessing. Remembering our last few clips, if I was to say, mā pita tēnei paukena, this pumpkin is for Peter. Nā pita tēnei paukena, this pumpkin belongs to Peter. Kaya pita tēnei paukena, Peter has this pumpkin. Ne? Has. Ia pita te paukena, Peter had the pumpkin. Kei te pai tēnā? Ai. Arai te hoa ma, kia pai tō wiki, kia pai tō pō. Ka kite anō.